Tell them at the start then or at the end?
This is the start.
Oh, this is so. Hi, this is Jack.
Hey, Robin. We're the Inwits. Welcome.
We're here for Survivor Season 36, Episode 4.
Yep.
Okay.
Excellent news. Right off the top, we'll go into it. Right
Go
off
into
the top. This will be our last episode for 4 weeks because I'm not going to be in the country. I'm off for a wedding in Europe, so I'll be gallivanting around the world, and then we'll come back and we'll do one big mega episode.
Yeah.
Of 4 weeks of catch up, and we should still be going. Season should still be going.
It'll still be going. It'll only be like, well, this is week 4, so you won't be here for week 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Yeah.
So it's still about 5
episodes. So we'll have a bit of a hiatus for a while. Also, my movie is not out yet. I've had more technical difficulties, which I should fix on Monday, and then maybe it'll be up by Thursday this week. I don't know, but that's the news. Do you have any news?
When his movie does come out, I'll put a link in the video. There we go.
Okay,
in the description.
Cool. It will come out.
That way you'll know when it's.
I want to get it out before I go overseas because that'd be ridiculous. But that's my news. That's getting us up to date. Yeah, I know. That's getting us up to date. Won't be on. Yeah. Won't no Inwits show for the next 4 weeks after this one. I know.
I really look forward to these.
I'm sorry, I've let you down.
No, you haven't.
And my film is not out yet, but it will be out before I go overseas. Do you have anything?
No, that's it.
How was your week?
Yeah, good. How was
Excellent.
yours?
Yeah, pretty good. We've never done that before. Should we make it a thing?
I'm delving into our personal lives. I think you may be interested, would they?
True. Fair point. On with the episode. No notes this week?
Well, I think it's a very straightforward episode at one level.
Okay.
I like,
you know what? I realised last episode, I must have slept through half of it.
Why?
I was like, I don't know what's going on. You're like, oh, I'm like, it's a pretty basic episode. You've got all these notes.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, I don't remember anything that happened.
Well, I think it was interesting.
That's why I'm on the energy drinks.
Oh yeah, but that's not. But because of the swap, I think is what added the extra complexity.
True. Fair enough.
Well, we should say straight off, we didn't even get the right tribe who went to council this last week.
No, we didn't get the right tribe. But look, and we're jumping ahead. What a monster comeback! I love a comeback.
What do you mean a monster comeback?
From behind, how far behind they were?
In the challenge, yeah.
Yeah, they would have gone to tribal. They were 100% going to tribal.
Absolutely.
And then somehow, who is it? Is it Sebastian?
They probably had another 2 minutes on putting the balls up.
Yeah, and then it's the choking. It just started happening. It's like, oh my God, they're actually catching up. Oh my God, they could get this, and you're gone. And he couldn't get it in.
But they were behind the whole way through.
And not behind.
Well, the other mob were actually lifting their box out of the surf when Navidi got their gate off.
Yeah,
that's how far
crazy.
Behind.
Like they had 3. I think they had 3 balls on the little rail while they were still trying to still hook.
Yeah,
the thing across. And Jeff said this is going to be an absolute blowout.
Yeah, and that's what it would have been too.
Yeah, so what a comeback! I love when the show does that.
But I always thought it was going to be a tricky challenge because getting the balls up like that.
Yeah,
you have to throw in a particular style. But the other thing I thought there's a big chance here with 2 people doing it that they're going to knock some off.
Yeah, and that's what happened.
So, mind you, Malalo knocked some off as well.
They knocked some off and kept another one on. I was like, there was a replacement.
You replaced them, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was a massive
That was a great comeback.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you sit there and go, really well done.
Yeah,
guys.
love it.
Awesome.
Love when we get a comeback. I love that when that happens.
So do I.
So that was awesome, but we jumped well and truly ahead. Where do you start?
Well, I started at the beginning, and Domenick and that comes back from the tribal.
And like we did discuss last week, they knew they were on the outs.
Well, Angela, well, this is getting a little ahead, but Domenick and Wendall went down the beach, and they sat down, they talked together, right? But what I've really got to say is, this is the attitude you need in Survivor. You need this attitude. Domenick and Wendall sat on that beach and said, we're screwed. Both of them knew they were screwed. Right?
I know. Yeah, but him and Wendell just sat there, but then he went, got an idol.
No, but before that, he said, there's got something, we swapped on our tribe, there's a chance some of them will swap on theirs, right? Yeah. And they sat there and they said, yeah, we've got to work. And that was Wendell's idea, we've got to work at this. So they didn't give up. It wasn't like, oh, woe is us or anything like this. And that's what you got to compliment. When you say, They didn't give up. They kept going. You know, they didn't.
Yeah, of course. Exactly. They didn't give up, but also he did know Domenick knew he got an idol. So, but then it was like within 30 seconds, or within the first 5 minutes of that show, he's already told 2 people he's got an idol.
Well, this is the criticism I have. He then tells Wendell he's got an idol.
Yeah.
Which I still don't think is forgivable.
I know.
I know why he's done it.
Yeah, I get why he's done it. I understand. Right? I hear what he's doing, and I get, it's just you 2 now.
That's right.
So we can, yes, I get it. Would we have done it?
No. No way in the world. Right? Look, if you need to reveal the idol to pull off a plan, like Michael did later in the episode, right? He needed to pull off a plan. And he had to reveal it as part of that plan. I don't mind that. I can live with that, right? But when you sit there and go, we're feeling down.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. I've got an idol. Don't feel down. That's not a good enough reason to tell.
It doesn't make sense for me to go, look, we're on the outs. It also gives don't worry.
Wendell the opportunity to sit there and go, oh, you've got an idol. I can actually use this to get back in. Yeah. With the other light and make you the next vote out.
Yeah, exactly.
So you've really got to balance this up.
Yeah, and then he told, did he tell someone else again? I swear Dom told Tom.
Well, then, we go on a bit further, and it's the next day, and Donathan and Laurel are walking along together, and Laurel says to Donathan something about, I don't want to work with Chris. And Donathan's like, yeah, I don't want to work with Chris too. Right, and they want to get out Wendell. I don't want to get out Wendell. Yeah. Do you want to get out Wendell? Donathan's like, no, I'd rather have Wendell than Chris. Yeah. Then they both go to Dom and Wendell, and they sit down on the bench.
And Donathan's with Wendell, and
Laurel's with Domenick. Yeah. And then Domenick says, well, I actually have an idol.
Yeah, it's like, we need a key to get through this. Yeah. And I've got a key.
Yeah, I've got a key, a tool.
Like, what? Tool, that's it. We need a tool.
But in the same breath, he tells Laurel. He actually says, before he tells her, I know you're not supposed to tell about an idol.
Yeah, he says that was the thing that I couldn't understand. He actually goes, I know you shouldn't be saying it. Well, you've already said it twice.
Right?
You've already screwed yourself over twice.
But he even said it before he actually tells Laurel. He should have said that in his brain and then gone, don't say anything.
But this is the thing. He's already but this is all he's ever done. He did it with Chris.
Yeah, I know.
I've got an idol, and then he came up with a fake idol,
and then he did it with James and
he's
Laurel
done the fake idol, and there's he just can't keep his mouth shut. It's just
he's lucky. He's lucky that Morgan gave him the legacy.
Yep.
He's got the idol, which was off his own bat. He did the right thing. He got it right.
Yeah,
I think he's lucky to have him because the way he's playing at the moment, he will end up torpedoing himself.
Yeah, we say all the time, like, knowledge is power, but not when everyone knows.
No, Well, that was one of the big problems last season. Yeah. Right?
It's like, how is he just wants to tell everyone about this thing?
Exactly.
It makes no sense to me.
If you keep a secret, that secret is kept. If you tell one other person, the chance for getting out isn't doubled. Mm-hmm. It's 100 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway. So there is a split there, potential split. This is the thing though. Laurel and Donathan cannot quite easily sit there now and go, well, we're going to go with Chris. Well, that's the thing. They're not actually with Chris. They're with James and with Libby. Yes. And it looks like Chris and Angela are with them.
Yeah, but they just don't want to work with Chris.
They just don't want to work with Chris, which means James and Libby, if they go and talk to James and Libby, go, by the way, we don't want to work with Chris. How about we vote off? James and Libby are probably quite... Yeah, sure. Really matter. Yeah, get rid of Angela, get rid of Chris. I don't care.
It doesn't matter. Exactly.
It doesn't matter. Then we'll get rid of Wendell if we have to.
Get rid of one, get rid of the other. Just go one thing you want to.
That's right. I don't think there's a... Dom thinks it's like a new two halves.
Yeah, no, I don't see that either.
Either do I. Yeah, that was my problem. Like, Donathan and that are being welcomed by Domenick Donathan and Laurel are being welcomed by Wendell and Domenick like they're now our little tribe.
Yeah.
But they've got options, whereas Domenick and Wendell don't.
Yeah.
Chris. I mean, now Laurel and Donathan are experiencing for what, 3 or 4 days?
And they don't want him around.
They don't want him around. Angela doesn't want him around. Domenick doesn't want him around. Wendell doesn't want him around. I mean, what's he doing wrong?
Where do you go from there? He just seems so overpowering and overbearing, and just he's too much of an alpha male.
I don't know if it's an alpha male. I think it's, to be honest, I think it's just it's just a lack of the ability to communicate. He doesn't talk to you. Talks at you. It's like, this is our plan. This is what we are doing.
Yeah.
And look, a lot of people will get... It's a very obvious to really work out from there. I'm not playing my game. I'm playing yours.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's the thing.
That's the killer.
That's it. Yeah, when you take it to a game perspective, it's like, well, if I just follow your orders, where do I go to at the end of this? And yes, you might have a great strategy, but it's not a team here. And we've mentioned that. I know we've mentioned it quite a while, but either before the show or in this show that we do, where you want people to feel like
part of the democracy, part of the team.
You want to be able to pull the strings.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Culpepper and Debbie.
Debbie is just
that
a brilliant
moment,
example.
That's the example where Culpepper made Debbie feel like it was all her idea.
Exactly.
And she was on top of the world.
And Debbie even said in council, it's a democracy here. We all make the decision.
Yeah.
I was sitting there, I couldn't believe that Sierra and Culpepper had got Debbie to the point where she actually thought.
And this is where Chris is falling
way short.
Yeah,
way short.
He's not even thinking about that.
I forgot to say, of course, Libby doesn't want to work with him either.
Yeah.
Right? That was why she was going to try and vote with Morgan.
Exactly.
You know? So you've got, the only person who hasn't said they don't want to work with him is James.
Yeah.
That's the only person out of that whole tribe. He's like, I think next week if they go, Chris is gone.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
It's a really easy vote.
It's hard to get him out, and yeah, it is hard to get him out.
Right?
I mean, it's hard not to want to get him out, sorry.
If everybody in that tribe wants him, I don't think Domenick and Wendall need their own, to add that half little tribe to get to sell a Chris vote.
Yeah, death
they
by
could
1,000
sell a Chris
cuts.
vote. Yeah, exactly.
You know, he's just, every time he opens his mouth, he's doing damage to his game.
You know, Angela, the only reason Angela's more close to him now is simply because
she's got no one.
She's got no one else.
Yeah.
You know? Personally, if I was Angela, I would have gone to James and Libby and gone, look, these guys just voted me. I'm on board. What do you guys want?
Exactly.
I wouldn't have gone back to Chris.
And then I would have also gone, and I'm pretty sure I can bring Chris across.
Yeah.
And now you have a bit of power.
That's right. But, well, Chris is just shit. It's just... He's going to have to do the Culpepper, evolution. He's going to have to lose this time around and look back and go, I need to change.
I need to let go.
Yeah, I need to let go. It's too much control.
Yeah.
So that's really the first half of the episode, really. The fallout.
And then we have the Ghost Island.
Calvin, man, look, I don't care what you say. If I'm going to Ghost Island, I'm breaking one of those vials.
Well, she broke it. The game was on, but she didn't choose.
No, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm going all the way. If I break one of those vials, I'm going all the way. I'm taking it all. I'm not going to hang around.
Yeah.
I don't care about the vote.
That was so upsetting for me. For an audience member, and I've been saying, I just want Ghost Island to be working.
I know. Same here.
And we've got a game, and now you've not played it.
But look, Calvin, unfortunately, this is the choice that I don't think Calvin was aware of when she was on Ghost Island. Ghost Island is not about team play.
No.
Ghost Island is not about getting your tribe across the line. Ghost Island is about you
getting an advantage.
That's singular play. What Ghost Island is about, essentially, is giving you an advantage for post-merge. Because that's when you will be playing most by yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Her making this decision was all about team.
Yeah.
All about the team. If I don't get my vote, then our team doesn't get it. Who cares? So what?
No, well, it could have been who cares, but it could have been her that goes home because of losing the vote.
I'd take that risk. No
Would
problem.
you?
Oh, absolutely. For an advantage later on in the game.
No, yeah, I'd take the risk, of course.
Yeah.
But I can understand her thought process.
I understand.
I don't agree with it because I really wanted Ghost Island to be.
I think it was just very safe.
Yeah, exactly. There was no. Yeah,
Karen was sitting there going, I've got 4 other people I'm going to vote with, and that's what I'm sticking to.
Yeah, it was the safest option, and there was no risk, no reward.
Exactly,
and that can pay off later on down the track. Where it's like, well, I wish I had an advantage now.
And that's the trade-off, though. Is you're sitting there going, well, I would have been sitting there going, well, there's going to be at least 4 votes on someone. I'm not going to be able to vote, right? But I get an advantage that maybe will get me through.
Yeah.
After merge.
Yeah.
When I really need it.
Or if I needed it, then it might be able to help me get through that trouble. And on top of that, it's like, yes, we've got the numbers. And look, it didn't fall accordingly, but you don't know what's going to happen at tribal.
Exactly. That's right.
An idol can and was played that could, but did not really change the course of the game, regardless of you having your vote or not.
Exactly.
That one idol, if that was played correctly, doesn't matter.
It was all over there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you had your vote.
Exactly.
And then if that was done right, and it did happen, you've just given up an advantage.
Absolutely, and so that's I think it wasn't a correct analysis.
Yeah,
for
agreed.
The advantage weighing out the downside. Like, it's one vote.
And it's so early on.
It's so early on.
But you just don't know. You just don't know what's going to happen in tribal.
Absolutely.
And having an advantage that's just going to be given to you.
Right? It's just there waiting for you to take.
It's a 50-50 chance.
And this is the thing. She got down to where all she had to do was pick a key.
Yeah.
You know, 50-50. I'm pretty sure that there's no 50-50. I think no matter which key you use, you get it at that
I
stage.
feel like that too. Right. Or if there's quite a few out there, doesn't matter which key you get, you're not getting it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm with you. It's either they've both got it in it or they're both nothing. It's saying 50-50,
exactly.
but yeah, 100%.
So, no, I think Karen didn't make a very good choice for her own gameplay. She made a good choice for the team, but she did not make a good choice for the game.
Yeah, but there's no I in team.
Yeah.
You're trying to get there on your own.
Exactly.
And that was like, also, which did come up in tribal, the whole, well, there's 5 strong. Yeah, we're strong, we're not breaking. Well, no, this was it Braden? Was it?
Brendan and Michael said,
who was the one that was on the chopping block that didn't get, they were like, we're putting all our votes to him.
Oh,
Bradley said, well, we're working together and we're strong. I was like, that's someone manipulating the people to go, stay with me, because there can only be 3 or 2 at the end.
I think the other thing that's going on here is a lot of these players are probably used to the old style Survivor. They saw the change up last season.
Because it went to 2 last season, didn't it?
You get to pick one person to go with you to the final, right? And the other 2 go to fight. I don't think they're factoring that in. I think they're still playing old style, whereas... Yeah. And this is the same with Caloran. I mean, an advantage might get you and one other person to the point where the 2 of you definitely going to the final 4. You know, that's what you want. But anyway, Bradley, I think, was it Michael or Brandon? I can't remember which. Said to Desiree and to Sebastian, you guys are on the bottom. And Michael even looked over at Sebastian and said, look, you're social, you're strong, how long do you think you're going to last after we're gone? Yeah. And Sebastian was like, oh yeah, that is 2 for 4, but didn't a furphy.
Yeah, here's the thing, like, when they were talking about what they're going to do for tribal, I'm not sure if I missed something either the week prior or whatever it was. I just sat there going, okay, you want to stand up in the middle of tribal and throw your cards on the table. You want to go all in mid-tribal. I went, I'm sure there's something else we're meant to be doing here. Can't one of the girls go over and be like, nah, who are we voting? I'm out.
Absolutely.
Can't you play something up here? Well, even have your own miniature fight or something that's fake, and someone can go, and then they're with you, and they're on the inside, and then you have a bit more power and a bit more maneuverability. Because, don't get me wrong, your lie was believable and very plausible.
I think it was actually the way it was. You know, when
the way he delivered it was plausible.
Prior to council, I was talking about, and Michael was saying, I'm going to pull the idol out in the middle of council. And I was like, no, don't do this. I was like, this is stupid. This is stupid, right? Look, they had 2 ways of play, and what he actually ended up doing was actually quite a good strategy.
Yeah, again, I reckon it's not the best strategy.
No, it's not the best.
But when he said he was going to stand up in the middle of tribal and just announce to everyone that was bad play.
It's bad.
But
what he said was rounded. Yes. That's right.
Was plausible.
It was great.
Because James did have the 2 idols. It would make sense that this idol, instead of having 2 of them out there...
You're also saying to him, it's 50-50.
Yeah.
It's not 1 in 4.
Yeah.
I've got a 50-50 chance of picking the right people. And all I have to do is get it right. You know?
And like I said, exactly, 50-50. But it does, like I said, it makes complete sense.
It does.
It's not like, why is that idol going to be worth 2 people? No, this idol was part of the 2 that he had. And it saves 2 people. Yeah, 100%. What a great story. That makes sense. I buy awesome. That.
I loved it. I thought it was really good. And I have to congratulate, Navidi, the old Navidi, like Bradley and Desiree and Sebastian and Chelsea and Caloran for actually staying strong in the face of it. Because that's a really big... If that had been true...
Exactly.
Right, that was a big call.
That was a big, and they called his bluff. And this is the only problem I have with the announcement. Well, not the only problem I have with the announcement, but the announcement as a whole. we already know is a Hail Mary.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So no matter how good your bluff is, or no matter how... Once you've put it out on the table, will you play it because you actually think you've got a cross? Are you going to... You know, that's a big risk. People just go, you know what? They're not going to play it tonight because they've scared us. We'll stick to the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's all these things like... That's my biggest problem with the mid-tribal announcement.
Oh, look, I agree. And there's another problem here, and this is... And perhaps the reason we saw Stephanie talking to Bradley on the beach was maybe an indication of this, but Stephanie went to Bradley and said, look, I don't want to go home.
Yeah.
And Bradley was still like, basically, well, whatever's going to happen is going to go happen.
Yeah,
right? He had no indication of time. Well, why go to Bradley?
Why
go to Desiree. Go to Sebastian, the people on the bottom of that alliance, and go, hey, you're on the bottom, so how do I get in? Or something like that, you know?
I want to help.
I want to help.
Because you go to the kingpin.
Exactly. He's just going to sit there and go, I've got my troops, I don't need you.
I don't need you at all. I'm untouchable right now.
Exactly, right? So I think she went to the wrong person, but I agree with you. I think it would have been, in the situation where you're going to play an idol like Michael was, there's two ways of doing it. It's the way he did it, where you try to create chaos at the tribal, which didn't work.
Didn't work. Plausible, but didn't work because already it's a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
You're already
that's
going
always
for
50-50.
And so it's like there is a... You know, that's my problem. I would have much rather him use the information he got because Brendan knew it was coming for him. Brendan didn't know. No, it wasn't, but he's like, it's coming for me.
He thought it was coming for him.
And I think they obviously just switched because if you've got an idol, you're playing it for yourself and someone else.
Yeah, but I think this is where perhaps their social game failed because what they should have done was like you've pointed out, had Jenna and Steph go off and go, look, we don't want, you know, if you're voting the guys, we'd be happy to vote with you.
Yeah.
And talk to Desiree and Sebastian about that. Yeah. See if you can get them to get a name out of them, right, or something like that. Yeah. Try and build up that social network, get some information you can work with. Yeah. The other way to do it is make sure that Brandon becomes, you know, Mr. Persona non grata. Yeah. Get him to make a real mess of something. Yeah. So you know who they're voting for.
We need to get our target locked.
Exactly. If you can lock someone, if you can get somebody to be a stinker in that camp for that vote, then you can go into council and you go, well, I know they're getting the votes. Yeah. I'm playing it for him. It's all done. Yeah. And that's the better way of doing it.
And so I was, like I said, I don't mind Michael's attempt.
It was a good try.
It was a good try. Again, I just think you shouldn't have gone that. Like, that was his first strategy. It was like, you know what? If you would try to get in, okay, well, look, maybe this is our option. This is our only, yes, cool. I just think the Hail Mary play at the start is not where we should have, should have gone with. There was another option to get information, to even keep your cards closer to your chest.
But I do have to say, when he did pull it out in the middle of the trial, I was like, oh no, here we go. But then he, like you said, he came up with that wonderful story about James and how he had two, and this was actually going to save two of them. And when he said it, I was like, actually, that's a brilliant lie.
Great.
It's so plausible.
Very, very plausible. 100%.
If you know the history, you know that that's quite plausible.
Yeah, exactly. Very plausible, and I appreciated that concept.
Yeah.
Again, it's just when you're throwing it out at that moment, the chances are, like, maybe even bring it out before tribal.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
Or go to it's.
Oh, you may go
tough.
to Desiree. It's a tough look
because if you do go to them, they're obviously going to go to their little troop, and
look, nut it out. In one sense, like, there is another little dynamic going on here, and that is this: Navidi on the Malalo tribe have now got 5-2-3, but on the other tribe, two old Navidis have gone. Yeah. So even though they're keeping their numbers here, their numbers
dwindling over
there. Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting. Like I can see what the Navidis are trying to do over on the Navidi tribe. They're trying to keep it so that when the merge happens, they have a majority. Mm-hmm. Yeah, old Navidi, we can get together.
I wonder why, though. I wonder why that they're doing that again.
It's weird because
the fluidity of the game now is usually pushing you towards letting that go.
Exactly. In fact, I think you get better gameplay or you get more opportunities if you do.
Yeah.
Obviously, because you're connecting up with different people and learning about. Maybe you find somebody who you think would be better to play with.
Yeah.
Rather than, oh no, they're just Malolo, so.
Yeah, so it's interesting. So I'm looking for another switch up coming soon, surely.
The other thing is, like, I can't help but bring this up, and I bring it up here nearly every episode, I guess. If you're on the bottom of a 5 alliance, where's the downside to flipping? There's no downside.
No, you're on the bottom of one, you're on the bottom of the other. And you're still at the bottom.
If the perception is it's Bradley, Calvin, and Chelsea, then a Sebastian or Desiree shouldn't you be sitting there and going, maybe it's time?
Yeah, well, maybe that's the key here. When is it time?
Well,
how soon in do you jump ship?
Well, they should have jumped then because it's 5-3. If you want to survive a flip, you want the numbers to even out.
Yeah.
Now they've made it so that if they flip next time, they'll be flipping to a minority.
Yes.
Right? Which is even worse. So that's why I think that their time to flip has passed.
Yeah. But then...
Unless they both...
But then it's then how do you maneuver your way off the bottom? Like if you... Yes. And this is who the only person to flip successfully, in my eyes, is Sarah.
She's done it so well.
Because when you flip from the bottom to the bottom. And you stay on the bottom, then you flip back to the bottom, then you keep flipping from the bottom to bottom to bottom.
Well, not necessarily.
More often than not.
But most people do flip to the bottom because of poor choices.
Yeah, you flip to the bottom, and then you're here, and then when you flip again, you're still on the bottom. And what ends up happening is, as you keep flipping to the bottom, the numbers keep getting smaller and smaller. That there is nowhere to flip to. You're the one going out next.
I think Ty's a good example. Somebody who flips without any thought.
Yeah.
Where Sarah's somebody who flips.
Sarah flipped from here. Then was stronger, and stronger. And then she flipped at the top and stayed at the top.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really hard to do.
Oh, incredibly hard.
So how do you flip? How did those two flip into a position at the bottom? That's the key. So this is the problem I think I have with their... If they chose to flip then, yes, numbers are right, but it wasn't on their terms. If they said, okay, cool, what if we go...
It could have been. That's my point is...
Oh, if they went earlier, yeah, but if it was at that tribal with the reveal...
Oh, no. I'm talking about beforehand, sorry.
Yeah. If it was at that reveal, they've lost all power. And that's
for sure.
They've 100% flipped to the bottom. They've flipped in fear.
Yeah. It's a bad look.
It's not going to get you anywhere. No. But if they'd sat with themselves and gone, okay.
But I also criticise Michael, Brandon, Stephanie and Jenna. And Stephanie looked like a good player there for a while. She still does. But why didn't they go and tackle somebody like Desiree when she was off by herself?
Don't know.
And try to say to her, look, you're on the bottom of that alliance.
Yeah. Or...
Who are you voting for next time, you know?
Or even let's just forget these two alliances for the moment. And what else can we come up with?
Yeah, exactly. Something like that.
Yeah, why do we have to be this side?
But always,
what if there was something else, Des? What if we could, we all get caught up in, okay, I'm over here.
Yeah.
But there's all this stuff over here that can potentially happen to dismantle both power in either side and put you at the top.
You know, you could even bring up the fact that, well, look, once the merge happens, right, Navidi's not going to have the numbers here because you're losing people over there all the time.
Yeah.
As soon as they go to trouble, there's another Navidi gone. So, hanging with Navidi may not be a smartest move.
Yeah.
Just get some thought going.
Yeah, put some thought towards day 30 plus.
Yeah, exactly.
Even day 25 plus. Well, we're still day 12?
Yeah. Oh, something like that.
Yeah, day 12, yeah.
But just get some thinking going for pre-merge, which is now. Say, listen, come with us. We'll be hooking up with somebody from Mo, whether you are or not, doesn't matter, right? Try and offer us something.
Yeah.
But more importantly, say something along the lines of like, look, there's only 3 of us over here, or 4, right? You'll be an equal 5th, or you'll be safe.
Yeah, I just think there was more to be done. And it wasn't done.
Exactly.
And as much as I appreciate his plausible lie, I think it was not the right decision. And, then he failed. He failed to read who they vote out.
Yeah,
that was it. That Michael had a big misstep with failing to read who they would have gone for.
To be honest, I think it's probably a credit to the Navidi people. They kept the lid on who they were voting for. So I don't think they really had any choice. It was pretty much luck that brought the end.
Yeah, one in four.
You know. So Brandon ends up going home. And that's pretty much it, really.
That is.
Yeah. But one thing that's interesting that did come out of this is it proved, up until now, I've been looking at Michael as a bit, not exactly the same as JP from last season, but very sort of quiet. He hasn't really displayed any thinking, you know?
I actually really enjoy it. Like, yes, I think he did it wrong, but I thought Michael...
The thinking was pretty good.
I thought Michael had a chance. Like, you know, there was options and he thought about it and he's like, yeah, well...
Exactly.
He wasn't going to sit there and not use his idol. How can he use it? Yes, he didn't do it correctly, but I think Michael's got some game behind him. Whether it's a great game or not, it's irrelevant, but it's just nice to see...
Exactly. That's what I mean. I was just overjoyed to see that this was his plan because he was the one that sort of organised it and went through it all, right? Yeah. And it was a pretty good plan. Like, it didn't come off at the end.
Yeah, it had a lot of flaws. It had so many flaws.
Right?
But why not? It was worth a shot.
It was worth it. And it was thought out.
Yeah.
He thought it out.
Yeah.
And normally saying, I've got an idol here and pulling it out before the vote is normally a disaster.
Yeah.
But if it could have gone the other way.
It could have, and
still. But at least he had a plan for why he pulled
failed.
This out.
It failed, and that's the baseline. But it wasn't an utter disaster.
No, that's right.
There was real.
But
there was deceit behind. I loved his thought process into what he said. I mean, that was great, and that's of course they're all going to potentially believe that.
Of course. So look, most people pull an idol out before the vote are doing it just on bravado.
Yeah.
They have no plan. It's just, I'm going to pull out.
That's the thing. Yeah, I think he was too confident in his plan. Now that we talk about it, he knew that was coming for them too.
Yeah,
he knew that. So it's not a credit. It's not. Yeah, it's Michael. I think Michael having too much confidence in his story.
I think what he did
because that's why he went to Stephanie.
I don't think so. I think this is what he did. You'll notice when he went up to Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
And as he was walking up to Jeff, he was actually looking back over his shoulder, watching these.
I'm going to
play this for Michael and Brandon, right? That was his first choice. He didn't see any reaction.
Yeah.
And he goes, okay, I'm playing it for Stephanie.
Yeah.
Right? If he had seen a reaction, he was trying to get a read on who it was going to be.
Yeah.
And all he needed was one face to fall to go, oh, no.
Yeah.
Right? And he would have known, okay, it is me or Brandon, right? But nothing happened, so he thought it must be one of the girls.
Yeah,
and he's picked the most likely, I think.
Yeah, I just see in a situation like that, they've come in with a plan, and I think they relatively knew the plan. It's going to be the two guys.
Yeah.
And that's why that's like I said. That's why he did that for the read. But also, they didn't scramble like we've seen in those moments. So if there was a moment where they've gone, oh my god, he does have this two-person idol. If there was whispers, then I think you've got more of a chance. But I think they were locked in and they stuck to their guns and they just went, all right, sweet. They must have always been branded because there was no discussion between all of them.
Exactly, that's right.
So it was always him and they never changed.
You know when... I know what he was hoping for. He was hoping for cars to erupt. People needs to start talking to each other. How are we going to do this? Right? He also knew because it was 5-4. There was no split on the table, right? So they had to vote one person, right? Yeah. And I think he was just hoping for that whole, what are we going to do now?
Yeah, that one little bit of fear.
But when they all just sit there quietly, when you've done it, that's a bad sign.
And actually, now that we talk about it, we can talk about this one little moment because it was actually there was a lot of complexities.
Oh, there was, yeah.
The reason why there wasn't potentially no scramble at all was he also, not only did he give out, I've got an idol, it can protect two of us, he also gave out the final bit of information, which was, we're voting for Bradley.
Yeah, he shouldn't have said that.
Because now there's no reason for Sebastian to scramble.
No, that's right. Exactly.
There's no reason for Desiree to scramble.
Yeah, exactly. He shouldn't have said who they were voting for.
We're all voting together. If anyone wants to stay with them, rather than try to throw Bradley under the bus right now in this moment.
Oh, but then maybe he had to, because think about it, he needed one of their votes to be on who they were voting for. Oh, no, he didn't.
This is where what I think you would have wanted was the chaos to then you control the chaos. All right, Sebastian.
Yes.
Why shouldn't we vote for you?
Yeah, oh yeah, that would have been probably better.
I would have gone, all right, cool. We're all voting together. We don't know who we want to vote for.
Yeah.
Sebastian, who do you think we should vote for?
Yeah, that would have been
Des,
good.
who do you think we should vote
that
for?
Would have been
Bradley,
much better.
who do you think we should vote for?
Put them on the spot. Yeah, that would have been good, actually.
Maybe, why not? And because, yes, we're
Stir
always...
it up.
Yeah, and that's, there was too much reveal of your own plan to give them a bit more comfort.
Exactly. Right. How would Kelvin have reacted if they said, "Oh, we're all voting Kelvin"?
Should have been like,
"Oh crap, I should have taken
that one."
Yeah, but you're right. Bradley was able to stay calm through it.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas another person, like, it's like you get different sorts of people on this show, right? And you say to Anne-Marie, "We're all voting Anne-Marie." She's not going to take that very calmly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I like your idea. Throw the question back on them.
Yeah. Who do you reckon we should vote for?
Yeah. Who do you?
If it's not you.
Yeah. Who?
Who do you want to go get out tonight? Because we're not going home.
And it's a quick question. You can just ask them quickly. Jeff's not going to mind. In fact, Jeff's going to love it. He loves that sort of stuff going off in council.
Yeah.
So
that would have been great.
Actually, that would have been a good way to make the chaos happen.
Yeah. And
if it was going to happen.
Yeah, I think that was just that tribal needed chaos for the plan to work.
Exactly, yeah.
And we just revealed too much information. Once we know who you're voting for, yeah, cool. 4 votes are being stacked on me.
Yeah.
We've still got 5, 50-50 chance, whatever. But we're still going to try and call your bluff.
Exactly.
Because you're doing it in a desperate time, higher chance the bluff's going to be.
Exactly.
Yes, as plausible as it was, still doing
at that stage. What else are they going to do? There's 5 of us. We're voting for one person. We can't split the vote.
Yeah.
So what else do we do? Well, we just hang together.
Yeah.
The only way to change that is to try and maybe winkle one of the people out of the flock, right? And the only way to do that is to say to them something along the lines of what you suggested.
Yeah.
Who are you going to vote for? Who should we vote for?
Yeah,
should we vote you out?
Yeah.
And if you don't think you should go, who should we vote for?
Yeah.
Try and create that case. Try and create a division. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That would have been.
I think he did try.
He tried.
When he pointed to Sebastian and
Desiree. He tried, but it's like Sebastian. Yes, I'm on the bottom, but you're not voting for me, so I'm okay at the moment. Regardless of what you
I'm not going home.
I'm not going home. So there's no reason for Sebastian or Des to really panic and worry because you've assured them.
That's right.
That they're not going.
Yeah.
And I think that's a little bit of another flaw to this. Again.
Yeah. No, I think so. If you're going to create chaos, you need everything as much to be up in the air as possible.
Yeah, and when you lock it all down, it's like, we're voting for Bradley. Well, great, because you're not voting for me. I'm going to run.
That's 4 people who instantly sat there and went, oh, good. Whew.
Yeah, and Bradley was like, oh, okay, I've got to stick to the guns.
Exactly.
He has to roll the dice.
Exactly. He has to roll the dice.
And if it was true and he messed up, that's Survivor, and that's the beauty of the game. That sometimes the game will throw these curveballs that you, no matter how much control you have of your group, you can't plan for this.
No, that's right.
But you got to run that risk, and grab the gun, put it against your thing. You're playing Russian roulette.
Yeah, that's why I think really in the wash up, even though I really enjoyed Michael and what he did, a pre-tribal ploy. Would have been better in the end.
Yeah, there's a few things that would, Just
even if you went around and created Down, Desiree and Sebastian, like, well, you two are on the bottom, you sure you want to stay there? Yeah. Something along those lines.
Yeah, that sort of stuff there's just... When you're going for chaos and you don't get your chaos, it's just... that's the problem here.
If you go to tribal and you go, hey, look what I've got, and everybody just sits there and goes,
cool.
You know you're in trouble.
Yeah, I think the key to that... As much as it was a Hail Mary, the key was telling them who they're going to vote for.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's like, and we say the same thing. Don't tell people you've got an idol. Don't tell people you're going to vote for them.
Absolutely.
When there is a chance that you're going home, when your plan has holes.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to make sure you don't give them too much information.
Oh, that's right. Like, I mean, his bluff was it's going to save 2 people. But other than that, he'd laid all his cards on the table.
Yeah, and everything else. Yeah, he was all in.
You got to keep your cards as close to your chest as possible.
Yeah.
And I don't think you need to say Bradley. I think I agree with you.
Yeah.
He should have used that leverage. He should have said, well, who should we vote for?
Who do you think we should vote for? In the same sense as all right, Des, Sebastian,
Yeah.
you're on the bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
Why? If we don't want to vote for you, if we'll vote for one of you two, but you tell us.
Yeah.
If you don't want us to vote for you two,
That's right. Get
which one should we?
Put some self-interest into it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be voted. I don't want to pick up 4
Yeah.
votes, you know? Look, it'd be interesting at this stage if
I'd
they...
like to see that again, eh?
How do you... You know, there used to be an old mechanism in the game, which they used to use to get rid of tie votes. And if you had a tie vote with another player for who was going home, then they used to count your previous votes you'd got.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
It's a long, long time ago. But when I was looking, I thought, it's actually not it's not a bad thing, because I noticed in the old games, a lot of people would go to tribal, and it wasn't just about that tribal.
Yeah.
The interest in not getting votes because of next tribals.
Yeah.
Or somebody would go to tribal and go, look, if they know I've got 2 votes on me already, I'm in a lot of trouble here. You know, votes end up counting for something, and then
later on.
and it plays into your strategy of like, well, and maybe this would be a good thing to bring back. I don't know, but anyway.
Before we wrap up, I'm guessing we're getting close to the wrap up.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned old mechanics that were in the game, I don't know if I've even mentioned this, but I did mention it to Catherine last night when I was watching the episode. What happens, and there hasn't been this for a very long time, the Survivor eat off.
Okay.
But why have they got rid of that? Is that because of, vegetarian and vegan, they don't want to upset them? Because, you were eating like witchy grubs or deep fried tarantulas or scorpions, and we're like that, or the 100-year-old cooked egg, and they had to be eating it, and they'd always do this to Jeff.
Yeah, no, I remember.
I don't remember this last time.
That was a feature of like the first early seasons, right? That people.
I don't think it's been on for like 10 seasons.
No, but people would do it for your tribe.
Yeah,
you had to all eat for your
and
tribe.
it was around the wheel. You go one up and you'd face off.
In Australia, the second season, what's her name? Start with K.
I forget names.
She came back for second chances. Kimmy.
Oh, yeah.
Kimmy's a vegetarian, remember?
Yes.
And they had the round, the wheel you spun to see what you got.
Wheel. Yeah.
And she got some sort of like live animal. It was a witchy grub or something. Like, she was like, no, I can't do it. And the tribe were looking at her like, you got to do this.
Yeah, like I can't remember when the last one was.
Maybe it's because of that. Maybe it's because it's too much of a real life challenge in the sense of like you do have to compromise your morals.
Maybe.
I don't know. But I remember lots of people wouldn't do it simply because they just didn't want to.
Yeah.
So no, it'd be good to see that brought back.
I'd like to see it brought back.
Yeah, it would be good actually. Yeah. Anyway, that's a wrap from me.
That's a wrap from me.
Okay. I'm Jack.
I'm Robin. We're not going to say who's going to go.
Oh, okay,
go. No, well, we're not, because we're away for 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's right. There's no
point.
Look,
there's no point. We'll do a massive recap when we come back, or when I come back and we do the next episode. But yeah.
I'm Jack.
Robin.
We're the
Inwits. And we'll see you in a month.
Yeah, see you in a month.